Kurdish Source, U.S. Army transferring 50 tons of ISILs gold to USTEHRAN, FNA. The U.S. Army is taking ISILs gold treasure that is estimated to weigh around 50 tons from eastern Syria to America, a source close to Kurdish forces said Sunday. The Kurdish-language Bas quoted a Kurdish source as saying that the Americans have transferred tens of tons of the gold ingots they have seized from the ISIL terrorists in Baghouz region in Southeastern Deir Ezzur to their own country and only kept a small portion of the treasure to be given to the Kurdish fighters. The source, who spoke on the condition of anonymity, reiterated that about 50 tons of ISIL's gold has been sent to the U.S. from the U.S. military base in Kobani in northeastern Aleppo. The report comes as the U.S. has been using the airport in southern Kobani for transferring consignments and military equipment in recent years. In a relevant development last week, the U.S. Army troops took out a sum of 40 tons of gold ingots belonging to the ISIL in heli-borne operations after agreeing with the terrorist group, and as Washington is preparing to announce the end of ISIL in eastern Euphrates. The U.S. troops, in concordance with the ISIL terrorist group, relocated big boxes packed with ISIL's gold treasure on several helicopters from al-Dashish region in southern Hasaka, the Sana news agency quoted local sources in eastern Deir Ezzur said. The sources pointed to boxes containing 40 tons of gold ingots that the ISIL had hidden in the eastern part of al-Shaddadi city, and said that the ISIL had stolen the treasure of gold from the Iraqi city of Mosul and different parts of Syria. The U.S. troops reportedly took out a group of ISIL terrorist commanders from eastern Syria in two heli-borne operations in Hajan region of eastern Deir Ezzur and al-Dashish in southern Hasaka, and they were directed to the place where the gold treasure was hidden. In a relevant development earlier this month, the London-based Syrian Observatory of Human Rights, SOR, said the Washington-backed militants were trying to find and seize millions of dollars and at least 40 tons of gold left behind by the ISIL terrorist group. The SOR reported that the ISIL terrorists had stolen about 40 tons of gold and millions of dollars from the population once under their control in Iraq and Syria, which was later transferred to eastern Euphrates and eastern Deir Ezzur. The U.S.-led coalition forces and the Syrian Democratic Forces (SDF) deliberately do not target the areas under the control of the ISIL terrorists and commanders in eastern Euphrates and Deir Ezzur, as they are trying to locate this treasure by forcing the ISIL militants to speak about its location after surrendering, it quoted informed sources as saying. They noted that part of the cash, dollars and gold have been transferred from Turkey to the areas under the ISIL control by Turkish brokers and intelligence service who have close ties with the ISIL. Meantime, an SDF commander, Adnan Afrin, said that the ISIL is now under the siege of the SDF in an area no larger than 1 square kilometers in eastern Euphrates. In a relevant development on Tuesday, a prominent Syrian military expert revealed that Washington plans to transfer the remnants of the ISIL terrorists from eastern Euphrates to other regions through Turkey and Iraq. The Arabic-language website of Sputnik quoted Brigadier General Mohammed Issa as saying that less than 600 ISIL militants are stationed in a 40 per square region in eastern Euphrates who will be soon evacuated from the region to foreign territories. He added that the operations to transfer these militants will be conducted similar to the operations earlier carried out to evacuate the ISIL terrorists from Raqqa, saying that the U.S. forces will transfer them via Iraq or Turkey to some other Arab states for future operations. Issa questioned the U.S. forces' claims of fighting against the terrorist groups along with the Syrian Democratic Forces (SDF), stressing that the Syrian army will soon move to retake control over this region. Media reports said last Sunday that the U.S. Army had agreed with the ISIL on the latter's exit from areas under Washington's control in eastern Euphrates. The U.S.-led coalition troops and the SDF had reached an agreement with the ISIL terrorists on the militants' retreat from areas under the control of the U.S. and its allied forces, the Arabic-language Al Mayadeen TV news channel reported. It pointed to the preparations by the ISIL to move its terrorists out of eastern Euphrates, and said that the ISIL terrorists might be transferred to Al-Anbar desert of Badia al-Tanaf in western Iraq. The report comes as the SDF claimed that it had started the final battle for uprooting the remaining elements of the ISIL from eastern Euphrates. Also, the Arabic language service of RT quoted media activists as saying on Saturday that the U.S.-led coalition forces have carried out heliborne operations in the eastern Badia of Deir Ezzur. It added that 2 U.S. Apache helicopters have landed in Falita region of eastern Badia of Deir Ezzur, taking away 7 big boxes whose contents were not known.